Wherever you are in the world, welcome. I thought about it last week when I started this by saying good evening, and then we had all these amazing views on Facebook after the fact, and I'm like, oh wait, I have no idea where these people are joining from in the world, what time of day it is, so welcome. My name is Jewel for those that have never practiced with me before, and thank you to the good folks over at the Fibromyalgia Care Society of America for sponsoring this series. We'll now be joining you 2 times a week on Mondays and Thursdays at 6:30 p.m. So we're going to just jump right in and get started today. If you have been with us from this series from the beginning, go ahead and drop a little emoji wherever you're at. We started this series, and one of the very earlier themes, we started right at the beginning of all of the COVID closures, and one of the themes was, what are we grounding into? At that time, people's fear was really fresh, and the world was so uncertain and what was going to happen with the COVID closures and how we were going to adjust. And now that some months have gone on, it's been over 100 days that some of us have been in quarantine. And while things have settled a bit, things are still constantly changing. What are we grounding into in this time? The world is constantly changing around us. And we've had to slow down a little bit to kind of just absorb what's changing and what's been happening in the world, and how does that impact our lives and how we respond to it. For me, grounding looks like my meditation practice, my yoga practice, taking a lot of walks, social distance walks, responsibly with my mask on through the park, and taking my shoes off and putting my feet in the grass, and just being really mindful to stay connected with nature and my breath. And so I ask you all again this evening, where are you finding your grounding and your rooting, and what tools are you using to make sure that as the chaos continues and the world constantly shifts around us, how are you finding that time to center within? And so we'll get started with our movement practice. So go ahead and take your comfortable seat, whatever that may be. You could be sitting on a yoga mat close to the floor, or some meditation pillows and seated cross legs. I'm currently sitting on my meditation pillow tonight. You could be sitting in a nice comfy chair. Last week, I think we had someone saying they were just lounging, reclining on the couch. So maybe that's your jam too. You don't have to be sitting up to join us at all in this practice. The goal is just to be comfortable and to be present. So however you've come to this practice, wherever your most comfortable seat or lying down, whatever that shape looks like, just notice whatever body part is closest to the floor. So for some of us, that'll be the soles of our feet. Some of us, that might be our heels or the sides of our feet. And just notice what part is rooting you into the earth, figuratively, as we might be practicing inside. But the earth is your floor, and whatever is closest to the ground. So what are you rooting into there? And as you focus on that sensation of grounding into the earth, start to drop into your breath. Starting to take your attention away from the excitement of the Monday and the anticipation of the week ahead, and just being fully present with where you're at right here, right now, today in your practice. We'll add in a little movement, so go ahead and drop your right ear over to your right shoulder. As you exhale, bring your chin down to your chest. And take left ear over to left shoulder. And we'll move like that, just drawing one ear to one shoulder. Stretching out your neck gently. She moves side to side. Bring your head back to center. Take some nice big shoulder rolls backwards to open up your chest and your shoulders, the back of your neck. And drop your arms by your sides. Take a nice full inhale to lift your arms up high towards the ceiling. And exhale to release them down by your sides. We'll do that a couple more times. As you inhale, draw the arms up towards the ceiling, palms face in. And then exhale. Release your arms by your sides. One more time like that. Nice full inhale to lift up, reach up. Exhale. Lower your arms down. This time, as you lift your arms up towards the ceiling, interlace your fingers. And I'm not sure if Facebook you can see it, but I'll just take my hands down so you can see. All of my fingers are interlaced. And then I'll take my hands back behind my head, open elbows up really wide, leaning my head back into my hands to open up through my throat. And I bring my head back to center and fold over towards my right side. Come on back to center and fold towards your left. As you come back to center, we'll do that one more time, folding towards the right. Inhale to center, exhale, fold left. And as you come back to center, squeeze your elbows in, draw your chin down to your chest and pause here. Let's take the stretch on the back of the neck. And inhale, open arms wide, head rises towards the ceiling, maybe your chin lifts up. Exhale to reach your arms back towards the ceiling, take a little gentle twist side to side, just move organically here, whatever feels good in your shoulders, your upper back, your shoulders a little shimmy. And then exhale to release your hands down to your lap, resting your palms face down on your knees, or maybe bringing all of your fingertips together to align the right and left sides of your body. And again, just take a few moments to rest into your breath as we move into the meditation portion of our practice. If it feels good, you can just release your eyes or your eyelids, lowering your gaze down to the floor or closing your eyes completely. Just take a few moments to breathe. Breathe mindfully. Just noticing if there's a general sense of calm and stillness in your body right now. Notice if you feel anxious or excited at all. And notice without judgment, not trying to change anything. Just being mindful of the energy that's flowing around you for your practice. And take some time to notice the physical sensations of your breath. Maybe you notice the expansion of your belly on your inhale. And how everything draws in on the exhale. Perhaps you notice your breath moving up through your chest and your lungs. Maybe observing the gentle rise and fall of your rib cage. Can you notice the really subtle sensation of the breath leaving your nostrils and flowing across your top lip? And can you find the stillness in between each breath? There's a little pause between our inhale and our exhale. Where everything comes back into balance and flow. Can you rest in that pause for a few breaths? Notice exactly when the inhale ends. The pause and the beginning of the exhale. In that little moment right at the end of your exhale, before it's magically transformed back to your inhale. Rest in that awareness for a few rounds of breath. Seeing if maybe there's anything you notice that's different each time. Remember that space is always there for you if you need it. Start to deepen your breath. Begin to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Go ahead and circle out your ankles and your wrists. And when you're ready, gently blink your eyes open. Coming back to your full state of presence and being. Back in the technology world, wherever you're joining us at, from either Facebook or Instagram. Welcome, welcome back. Go ahead and rest one palm over your heart space, your heart center. And bring the other palm right on top of that. Pausing here for a moment, just acknowledging that you've done something nourishing and loving for your body to end your evening. Go ahead and bow to your heart space. Give yourself a nice, big, warm, loving smile. Feel that energy just radiate deep within. The divine light in me honors and salutes the divine light in each and every one of you. Thank you so much for joining us this evening.